So you're thinking about getting a credit card. This is the perfect video for you because I'm going to go over the pros and cons of having credit cards and using credit cards. I went from having a credit score in the upper 500s to now having my credit score in the 800s. And I did this by being disciplined and following a couple of these tips I'm about to give to you in this video. Before I start, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And if you like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. You're thinking about getting a credit card and you might have heard a bunch of things about credit cards. Maybe people have told you that they will destroy your chances of financial freedom because of the high interest rates, which really is kind of true, but let's get into it. Here are the pros of having a credit card. First one is probably the biggest one, and that's security and protection. See, a lot of these credit cards come with fraud protection. So if I get hit with a charge that's not mine, I can call my credit card company, tell them that wasn't me, and they usually remove that charge like that. It's really super quick, super easy, and it's not something that I really stress about. This is why I love using my credit card. Also, if someone does have my credit card information, they don't have information on my bank account. So my checking and savings are completely safe. I don't have to worry about them going into that as well. No, they hit my credit card, I call my credit card company up, and I get that charge removed. It's honestly a safer option. Some credit cards even offer purchase protection, warranties, travel insurance, the whole 9 yards. So you're getting a lot of benefits and security and protection in those aspects. Now, the second pro is that credit cards can build your credit history in a positive way if you use them correctly. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I went from having a 500 to an 800, and I did this all by using credit cards. I only used about 10 to 30% credit utilization on my credit card at once, and I paid off my credit card statement in full each month. This really helped me boost my credit score to that high 800, but it was all about being disciplined. If you're not disciplined with your credit card, you're going to get nowhere, and you're honestly going to land yourself in bigger trouble than ever before. So if you're not a disciplined person, if you can't hold yourself accountable, I would highly suggest you do some personal work before you get a credit card, because these things can actually land you in some serious trouble, guys. Now, the third pro is the rewards and the offers that you get while you have a credit card. Now, for example, I get Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN, I think, for free. I also get Uber Cash each month, and I get free lounge access just by having a credit card. Now, every time I spend this credit card, I get points, and these points go into a point system that allow me to travel for free. So every time I don't swipe my credit card, I feel like I'm losing out on money, and I hate losing out on money, guys. So anytime I can use my credit card, I do. I can't even remember the last time I used my debit card or cash unless I really had to, because I like to gain as much points as I can with these credit cards, which brings me to another tip. If you're gonna get a credit card, really make sure you understand how that credit card works to maximize their points. There's some cards that give you more points on gas than they do restaurants, and there's some cards that give you more points on travel than they do anything else. So make sure you're reading up on the credit card you choose and get familiar with their point system. For example, I have the Amex Gold and Platinum card, and I use those cards religiously because I like points. Honestly, I want the most points as I possibly can. So whenever I go out to eat or the grocery store, I use the gold card because that's what gives me the most points. And whenever I book vacations, I'm using my Amex Platinum card because it gives me the most points. I'm not telling you to go with American Express. There's a lot of credit cards out there, and you should definitely shop around and see which ones work for you. But for me, I've really been able to maximize the point system and the benefits I get just by holding those two credit cards. Now, the next pro is credit cards are used everywhere. I don't really remember a time where I've gone to a restaurant or anywhere, a store, and they did not accept my credit card. It's very rare. Now, there are cons of using credit cards, but honestly, guys, I will have to say this. You're only going to experience the cons if you're not disciplined and you do not hold yourself accountable when using a credit card. A common con that people like to point out is the high interest rates that credit cards have. And this is totally understandable, but you will not experience that high interest rate if you pay your credit card off on time. Now, if you're someone that spends money on a credit card and acts like it's free cash and only pays the minimum amount you can on your credit card statement, you're going to see that high interest rate and it might land you in some serious trouble. Please, it's not free cash. Like, you're going to have to pay it off. Do not use a credit card unless you have all the money to pay it off on time. Now, that brings me to the second con is it's easy to accumulate debt with credit cards. So if you're someone that just spends and doesn't really track your finances, maybe budget, or just is a very impulsive spender and doesn't like to think about their purchases too much, credit cards are probably not going to be for you. This is something that could seriously land you in a hole you can't dig yourself out of. Hold yourself accountable, be responsible, and be disciplined. Track your expenses and don't overspend. Do not spend money you do not have. And it brings me to my next con. Just like how a credit card can boost your credit score, it could also ruin your credit score if you're not holding yourself accountable and are disciplined with your credit card. Say I have a credit card and I spend money on it left and right and I'm only paying off the minimum payment every month. That's going to eventually affect my credit score in a negative way. You need to be able to pay off your credit card on time and in full if you want to boost your credit score. Do not just act like this debt is something you don't have to take care of, because it definitely is something you have to take care of. And if you don't take care of it, they're going to get it. Let me just put this into perspective. The credit card companies really only make serious cash if you don't pay off your credit card in full. Like, they're going to charge you interest, and that's why the interest is so high. The interest is so high because they're honestly trying to get money from you. And so you don't want to give money into them. You want to take all the benefits. You want to pay off your credit card on time. And that's how you want to do this. Like I said, guys, if you're thinking about getting a credit card, please remain disciplined, responsible, and hold yourself accountable. Do not overspend on these credit cards because they could definitely land you in some trouble. But if you use them correctly, you can fly for free. You can book hotels for free. You can get Hulu for free. You can get so many things. There's so many benefits to having credit cards and utilizing them correctly. So yes, they can be bad, but they also can be really good to the people that are very disciplined. Thank you for watching the video. Like I said, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it.